Can they bring him down in time? TP does not finish. And GH is the one of all people to get the kill, and now dropping down the wards. There's kills happening all over the freaking place. Abed trying to get the ghost off. Can they get away in time? It doesn't look like it's quick. And having stick charge as well. Bottling up to try and run away. The slowdown coming. Abed's actually making it out of there in time. iceiceice trying to play interrupt as well. Throwing a couple more flat cannon shots, and now iceiceice is the one in trouble. He goes down as well. One by one, save your buddy syndrome. It's not the way to do it.
The one thing you don't want versus Liquid is these long, drawn-out fights when the Necropos is around, too, just like dragging them under the tower. Sure, pop a Death Pulse, keep things going. I got an IO, keeping me nice and healed, and the only reason Abed gets out of there is because Kuro low levels in the Hex and the Shackles, so he manages to survive, but they do have a pretty good movement speed right now to keep up with that Timber Saw.
And so often we talk about the importance of taking down that tier 1 tower in the mid lane, opening up the rest of the map, and really actually shutting it down for Fnatic. But a big win there, as they're able to find a couple quick kills for Team Liquid. In the meantime, it does look like iceiceice is going to try and clear through the ancient stack that was built up. That's probably one of the only ways that this could go really tragic for Fnatic at this point, was if that stack got stolen away. But it will be able to finish off his hood.
Yeah, aside from that, things are still relatively even across the board right now. Not a real like standout Timbersaw game in terms of like he's not setting the entire pace of things. It does hurt when you have a death like that, but he tends to wait for that hood. Especially Abed himself is one of the better Timbersaw players at abusing that, right? Where he would just go for this hood super early on and start planting himself in front of the tier 3s, much like Mind Control was.
Absolutely.
Vision currently very lax for both teams. I see some wards kind of planted down defensively for Liquid. Keep an eye on their own neutrals and potentially stacks as well. But they're flying a little blind up top there. No radar around, so dangerous stuff near Fnatic.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and obviously you can kind of get an idea of where people are at just based upon where you're moving and whether you see people there or not, where the lanes are pushed out. But always a little bit more comfortable to get the vision down. Drums finished off now for the gyrocopter. As we hit this 13-minute mark, Timbersaw still the one who's sort of leading the net worth table. And I think the big hero that's kind of fallen behind has been Jabz on that Leshrac. He feels like he's kind of changing his importance and role right now. It doesn't really feel like a position 1.
No, I would agree with that. They do need him for the tower push and everything, but a lot of that damage that you take out of that traditional 1 role is going to be helped out here from the Enigma.
You can see the lane comparisons here. IO Gyro making a lot happen. A lot of that after that last rotation and continued team fight that they had.
Well, they're trying to catch Kuro down here. Has a TP.
Trying to run. Jabz moving in. Can they get there in time? No, they spotted him. But they turned back around at the last second. So
they had the Yules
got away with
too. I really thought they were going to grab him on that one, but yeah, couldn't quite get that vision at the right moment for themselves. Now the Liquid are going to try their luck here. iceiceice is on the run, but he's got vision of Observer Ward, so very unlikely to get caught. He doesn't see the Invis rune on a Shadow Shaman though, so that will turn things perhaps into Liquid's favor. Ice playing it very safe, however.
Very much so. And in the meantime, while the pressure is coming from Liquid up in the top lane.
Now this is what Lesh does.
Down bottom, Lesh doing what he does.
Yeah. Definitely. May not be a 1 in some of the more traditional senses, but he pushes towers like no other at this point in the game. They really want this Blink Dagger on DJ before they want to take these fights, because sure, they went for the Necropos as a way to cancel like the Blink Dagger and the BKB, but I mean, first off, before the BKB even, you saw they needed to Ravage to cancel. It's still gonna be difficult sometimes for Kuro to get the proper spacing for it too. So once the BKB's there, he's just gonna black hole Weehaw every time.
Right.
And then they don't have an answer.
I mean, that's really the problem in this game. It feels like you need to be playing around the vision of Liquid and not giving an opening there onto Weehaw. Because otherwise you're just going to die in the duration of it.
You talked about stealing stacks though, and Weehaw is after it right now. Just got like 4 camps here, all found out, getting those Sadis procs going.
So meanwhile, towards mid, they were kind of eyeing it up, Fnatic. Jabz was doing the little hide in the trees, get some damage onto the tier 1 play. But in the meantime, it's a smoke up coming from Liquid. GH as well as Miracle, looking for an opening, and they are going to break now. So they realize DJ's in the area, going to get the missile onto him. Does it break the TP in time, though? It's not quite going to get there in time.
Yeah, TPs are broken in this game right now for Fnatic.
Get a Yule.
Very busted. Gonna be getting quite a few of those off themselves. Now we have the Hood and the Vanguard done for iceiceice. This guy is itching to see some enemy heroes.
And I feel like this is sort of a testament to the type of game that we've got going on right now in Dota. In the best of ones.
Look at this.
Oh.
Smoked up away from the Timbersaw here. So you've got him tangling with Weehaw up top.
GH.
Probably not expecting a smoke here.
They got him. They got Miracle, but the turnaround Ravage is there. On to 2. Is it going to be enough damage? It looks like already Jabz needing to run away. Abed also is already away from there. And the 4-person stomp, that might be enough to get them out. Shackles are going to land onto the Elder Titan. And with that, Liquid pick up 1. But I feel like Fnatic have to feel lucky getting out of that with only 1 dead.
And there's one problem with that strategy, and that's that iceiceice can't cancel the TP. So Weehaw does also just leave right in front of his face to ensure that nothing will go wrong in that bottom fight. Great Ravage there, by the way. A little bit of an unorthodox build, I would say, from TI9 these days, to just go like Medallion Blink, right? A Blink this early on the hero, you tend to want more auras and everything, but this also comes back to that idea of just pretty poor catch here, trying to ensure that DJ doesn't take over this game early, and not even worrying so much about the BKBs, just saying, listen, we don't want to get like black-holed early, we lose 2 heroes, and suddenly we've lost like 3 towers.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I was sort of trying to talk about before the last fight broke out, and now there's going to be a fight breakout, so I won't be able to talk about it now either. But the big thing is it feels like oftentimes these best of ones, you end up playing a little bit more passive, waiting until you get that first item, that like no rush 15 minutes or so that end up coming out. As they do run into Kuro, and this is looking like a very dead Shadow Shaman as the stun lands. Miracle moving into position. Are they going to try and fight this? DJ's here as well. Gotta be careful. The black hole laid down onto both of them with the boat coming out as well. GH not able to heal him up through that. Jabz getting the walkaway. Wards are still down, but Abed chasing, can't find the torrent. Meanwhile, Reaper's Scythe kills off Jabz, so the Lesh does finally go down, and Abed also in a little bit of trouble. If Mind Control could run him down there, doesn't want to go uphill.
It feels like Ice is just having a hard time getting involved in these engagements, though.
Yeah.
Maybe he's getting stuck off the side with, I mean, he had 500 damage in that last team fight. Like, you need him carrying right now. This guy's your highest net worth.
Your admiral is on board.
Well, and much more being involved in getting those defensive items, it feels like. And it is very valuable, you know, picking up the pipe. It's a lot of AoE magical damage and a little bit of physical thrown in there from Liquid. If you get all of those team fight items, there's going to be a huge window here for Fnatic to try and really put the pressure on Liquid.
Yeah, it just feels like a Timbersaw who's this far ahead. You would hope that he's definitely having a good lane impact, right?
Right.
He's helping to push these side lanes a lot, and it is hard for them to shut him down, so you can play very aggressively, but he hasn't really been able to help like dominate the game like you would hope a Timbersaw does when he's so far ahead.
True enough. 1,000 gold lead right now for Fnatic. So we get closer to the 20-minute mark.
And closer to the Aghanim Scepter on Miracle, where that's where any sort of lead for Fnatic is going to start dwindling away towards the side of Liquid. And you don't really have the same farming mechanism coming out on the side of Fnatic. We don't have that like double bracer into the Radiance build from the Kunkka, nor do we want it, because I think this is a very fast lineup they're trying to play. He's going straight for the BKB after that Spirit Vessel. So kind of helping to negate this healing.
A very unique build going for the Spirit Vessel first, but it's just is a testament to how important that item is against this draft, whether it's the Necrophos, you know, or the IO or whoever.
I do think, though, that they're looking like they might have some damage issues if Liquid can get over this hump, because you have Weehaw going for potentially the Radiance. He saved up a lot of gold. He isn't committed yet, but it's looking likely. And then you're going to have the Gyrocopter to the Aghanims. He's going to start getting to more and more items after that. And if you've gone for the Spirit Vessel BKB build, Abed's going to have to wait for like a day list sort of thing, and he's not going to be farming that fast because he's committed so much into fighting items that if Liquid can just dodge and try and build themselves up, then I think the hump past like 30, 35, 40 minutes, depending on how these tower pushes go, looks very good for Team Liquid.
And as we see the 20-minute mark come and go, the bounty runes will be traded off yet again. This time it's Fnatic picking up 3 to the 1 of Team Liquid, with Abed also finding a little invis rune throw in his bottle. Tons of sentries all across the map. You can just see him dotted here and there. And I'm still just feeling like it's one of those games where neither side wants to put a foot forward or out of place.
I don't blame Liquid. Liquid are farming up a Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
I do think Fnatic are probably you know, a little itch in here. Like, how is there's still a tier 1 mid and a tier 2 or a tier 1 top with a 10k net worth Timbersaw? To me, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
I don't see that as okay. They did get the tier 2 bottom, sure. They helped push in there, and it has positioned Liquid much more like north on this map, which is all very good. But I feel like maybe Fnatic could have more.
Yeah. Well, and maybe going to try and make that move soon. Their lead does continue to grow as they farm up the other side of the jungle, and as you said, keeping Liquid just stuck in this one particular area.
Oh man, he's got so many islands. Whew.
That was beautiful. Yeah. Aghanim Scepter done for the Gyrocopter. His farm will continue to accelerate.
They want ice in the mid lane here. They have the Scythe, they have the Ravage.
Gotta be careful. 20 stacks right now of reactive armor, but Mind Control is there, taking it all the way with Solar Crest, and the relocate comes in afterwards. This guy is going down.
That's a problem. That's a pinata popping right there. That's gonna go right to Weehaw. He's now top of the net worth. And you can't be that alone. You know, despite how tanky you are the Timbersaw, that is one beautiful thing about the Necrophos.
Yeah.
Right? It is always gonna cut that effective HP by a significant margin.
Well, and it's so interesting too, because oftentimes you see this, the split push coming in.
This is very good. This is the power of taking that tier 2 bottom. Sure, they didn't get the top stuff, but this helps you control Roche as the Dire team. Threatening a push into the bottom lane like this gives you information that they have to leave the Roche pit.
And now finishing off that Crimson Guard as well as a BKB on the Lesh. Maybe this is that timing that Fnatic were looking for, where they want to try and just control the whole map and maybe even start to take some solid fights. Because we got double BKBs, all the survivability items for the Timbersaw.
Yeah, that timing is coming very soon for Fnatic, right? Where they want to make the most out of this Timbersaw, but he's going to get a lot of help. He's starting to be caught up by his allies, which is exactly what you want at this point, right? Timbersaw doesn't need to keep accelerating that much further, but you're getting to the point where all of these heroes need to connect, make use of their quad net worth and triple BKB options here, and take everything that's left here and deny it all away from Miracle.
Much needed. As they pressure through towards mid, somewhat grouped up again. Maybe go for a smoke play here, possibly.
Yeah, 150 GPM is a lot at this point, 23 minutes in, and you see that recipe in your backpack and you're like, oh, thank you. Like, I need every little bit I can get. Unfortunately for them, though, they won't find a fight before the Radiance is complete. This Necrophos has not given himself anything new for 4,000 gold plus. And now he's a whole new beast. He's gonna be farming a lot faster. He's gonna be doing much more damage in the team fights.
Yeah.
And helping to effectively remove a little bit of damage from his opponents here. No really super strong right clickers to have to worry about though, so it's not so much a defensive Radiance in this game or not offering any value in that regard.
Weehaw is just on another level. He's like body blocking the range creep. That creep wave was so far away.
It creates a potential possible situation for a gank, right?
Yeah, it's true, I guess.
The closer it is to your side, the better things look. Meanwhile,
Speaking of a game, up top.
Oh, that was a BKB. No! You don't get to use that one.
Kill off that Leshrac.
Kuro doesn't even have Aether. And he caught him daytime. Caught him sleeping on the Leshrac.
X though, back towards mid. One Radiance thing about it is that it is not a BKB and they've got control, but the Earth Splitter coming through, the Ravage as well. DJ Black Coin, but is it enough? It's not looking like it. They do end up still not having that Lesh. X though onto GH, pulling him back in. Can they find any extra kills? iceiceice trying to escape.
Got him again.
In the middle of that timber chain. This guy is not going anywhere. iceiceice tries to run. Can they kill him off afterwards?
Oh, it stopped too.
Miracle still chasing, looking for that follow-up. The Torrent is going to be there. iceiceice gets to the high ground. Jeez. This guy's actually getting away like crazy.
The team play there coming up. First, he gets shackled mid-chain, then he gets hexed. He needed everything he could from the man who is his own idol, DuBu. Comes through with the double saves. Look at that damage, though, from Miracle. He is a scary guy already. 3,000 in that last team fight. And DJ was the one who picked up all the gold, though, 400 for himself. So that first black hole with a BKB, it does land onto the Necrophos. But you hear it. Liquid heading to the pit. Not having to worry about the black hole, though not having the Ravage as well. Oh, and Miracle, he's flexing. That's why.
Mass BKBs. Now, so many right now across all the heroes. And These team fights feel like they're about to get a little bit weird.
Yeah, time to start baiting BKBs out. Who's got it, who doesn't? There we go.
Jump in, mind control already on top of him. iceiceice taking a lot of damage, but very maneuverable. The stun is going to connect. The boat's already gone out, but the BKB means it will not connect. And this time, iceiceice does not get away. A 3-person stomp doesn't look like there's any follow-up though.
Came just a hair too late for the save. And I don't think you're going to see much of a contest here.
So Roche going down, DuBu
Kuro's crazy.
doing what he can. He spots him out now, and the Hex doesn't go out in time. They don't quite have the range.
Gotta play it quite safe here.
But that stomp will land, and while he slept, he might actually kill off Roche. So Roche is gonna go down, Miracle picking up the Aegis.
Well, Fnatic, that very good timing for them is slipping away quite quickly. They need to find some sort of like a quick pick onto the Aegis, ideally without the black hole, right?
Yeah.
I mean, saw it last game with Alliance and RNG. The ultimate counter to these big cooldowns is the buyback, but you know what's even better? The free buyback that brings you right back in the action of the Aegis.
Or just kill everybody. You know, that's the other option.
Yeah, okay.
This game's gotten all crazy to me, man. I don't know how I feel about it, because you've got still this like quad core thing going on from Fnatic, but the 3 cores from Liquid just feel like they're that much stronger, and you've got that accentuation of strength coming from the IO as well.
You got the fear of the IO too, right? Like nowhere is safe on the map. You never know.
That is a face that inspires a lot of fear.
They might as well just put that as an IO Arcana. I just want his floating face. That would be great.
Oh, that's a possibility.
iceiceice is gonna come down here. Maybe try to bait things out here. Set it up for Abed and DJ. He's got the blink, he's got the BKB. And Miracle, he just say, come on, I got the Aegis. Give me the black hole.
I saw the Spirit coming back to DuBu over on the side. There's going to be the Torrent, the follow-up coming afterwards from GH.
Jabz is trying a wrap around.
Looking for that combo. They already have the BKB out from the Lesh Rack as they continue to follow down GH as well as Miracle. If they can kill off the IO, be good, but the relocate comes in. Last second, black hole up to the north with the boat landing on top of it as well. Is it enough damage? No! The Ravage comes out onto 4. They're going to call them all out. Now BKB, he's still living. The turnaround comes as DJ is there with the black hole. The shackles onto iceiceice on the side means there's not enough damage to throw in afterwards though. iceiceice, seeing if he can find the secondary kill here onto Miracle. There's going to be the X. They have nothing else to throw.
DJ just TV'd out. He's like, okay, we got it. We got a couple kills. We got the Aegis. Get out. Retreat. And sounds the horn, and his allies do just that. I'm going to call that a pretty nice win there for Fnatic right at the end. They made that fight so chaotic. So many angles coming through. You got Jabz running up the stairs. He's tagging with Weehall right there by where the wards are planted. He's popping his BKB. BKB's galore. And the team fight recap. It was indeed incredibly messy.
Yeah. Well, and that's what happens when you get into these situations where, you know, everybody's super mobile. There's not a lot of like low cooldown control, as we can see this team fight or replay.
Oh,
right
DJ
here.
right there too. He gets hit by the Ravage, but his blink, he's just to wait, right? Coming back in there, perfectly in there, just to help clean up that last little bit of a double kill and then into the Aegis.
Very, very well played indeed. And now back to live. We still see about the same net worth disparity that we had before.
Gonna run into DJ. Oh, did they not see each other? Wow,
Ships
that was
in the
close.
night.
Okay, yeah. Just, you know, we cool. Just pretend you farm, I farm, it's fine.
Don't tell anybody I'm down here. I don't want to be here anymore. So yeah.
He's scanning his way through here. He doesn't have any obs. Girl's just on a mission.
This guy's crazy.
Shaman, good split pushing hero, and of course also one of these heroes I can set up for IO relocates. Like the Bane is the traditional one and the one that you always tend to think of, but they went for the Shadow Shaman instead this game.
Yeah, and you can see DJ doing the smart play, hiding off in the trees, knowing that that's where Kuro might be looking.
He's got that cast range talent now too, so he might be thinking about picking up that Aether lens as soon as he can. It's a tough call between the Aether and the Blink in some games.
There's a couple cool little plays you can do by just dropping wards down in the trees, and then it fills up all the areas, and then you just spot the Enigma.
Yep.
But obviously a high risk, high reward type of play. Abed thinking about throwing out that Torrent. And mind control, Jason, they'll secure some bounty runes. Relocate in, they're going crazy. DuBu already down, and iceiceice is just out of there.
Another bailout situation here from Fnatic, but they're keeping the gap close. They're not letting this Aghanim's Gyrocopter get away from them. which I think is a little bit surprising. Probably speaks to just really DJ, right? I mean, the fact he's got the GPM talent, he's got the Midas, that's what's keeping this net worth close. Perhaps it's a little bit inflated. At the same time, it's hard to overvalue Enigma, of course. But if DJ, when you make the right plays, and if this guy does get the refresher he's working on, he can single-handedly win a team fight.
It's really insane how strong that spell is when there just isn't really a counter, particularly if you can find Weehaw in the midst of a fight. There's nothing else for BKB Black Hole.
And he is all in. Spends his last pennies on it. Oh, and a smoke, of course, picked up to go with it.
Well, on the other side of the map, Liquid, together as three, they're going to smoke up and look for that relocate gank. Obviously, GH and Miracle sitting very close together, ready to come into the fight at a moment's notice. And, well, you gotta be so careful, though. I don't know if they're prepped for this. DJ, double Black Hole available.
iceiceice has to be really fast here on the Lotus. Kuro reveals. And,
yeah, they see him now. The rest of his team is so far away.
Oh, he's going right towards them.
They move in. Does have that Lotus Orb for the moment. Chase trying to get away. He misses his chains. Oh, iceiceice, he's in trouble. He's going to get Hex, he's going to get Reapered, and he's going to go down. And the turnaround coming, though. Fnatic, do they really want to take this fight? This is bold as brass. They want to find this big Black Hole play, but they don't have their Timbersaw. He's dead for 100 seconds. Jabz goes for it for Weehaw. He already has his BKB. This is looking a little bit testy right now, DuBu.
DJ's
going for his omen. They've already got the sword rewards down as well. Jabz, super low. He's just dead. The Fnatic, they're in a terrible position. They managed to find DJ as well. He goes down.
Great call by
Fnatic, a death is not an initiation. As they find themselves another 4 dead, and Miracle gets the triple.
I think they feel it slipping away. They have the same ideas, like what their timings are, and I feel like they maybe capitalize on this. And Weehaw made that call. He just starts pinging. He sees the Enigma, and mind control jumps. Just like, if we ravage this guy, if we catch him in the tree line there, we win this team fight.
32 minutes in, only a 2,000 gold lead, but you look at these, no buybacks. They fully invested for that fight.
Yeah, and iceiceice was so close. I mean, this guy was 80 gold away from a buyback. Potentially one they might have needed, right, if they had any hope of winning that team fight.
Well, moving up towards the high ground. They don't have wards, but you can see Weehaw's willing to go up there without any creeps even. Liquid smelling fierce, sort of seizing this moment as they move up towards the high ground.
They're not stopping.
They're going.
They want that full tier 3. DJ's going to put a little bit of a question mark on this, I would think. Are they really going to go for the racks?
This is crazy. I mean, they don't have the Kunkka for 20 more seconds, but they do have that double Black Hole, and you can see that Lesh is actually TPing up top already.
They're dancing back and forth a little bit here, but yes, indeed, they will commit, and a full lane will go to Liquid.
Well, heads up play from them, recognizing that there was just that chance to take the fight. And you can see here, it was set up like they wanted to go for that DJ Black Hole, but mind control found him.
It is such a risky play, too. Like, they're trying to take the Timbersaws down, but I can understand, like, they're trying to get them all clumped up. They think they see their moment. There's no sight. And this is right there as DJ just instantly, right there, pinged, boom, got him, guys. Get in there. Yeah, see you later, Enigma.
It's so tough. And obviously punished heavily. Liquid, a team that you can't afford to make mistakes against.
Back in the live game, they almost found him again. But
yeah.
No worries there, Miracle, yeah.
They're feeling themselves. DJ getting caught out there.
Pretty much the expected reaction of just like, not find my right moment there, guys. Next one.
Another smoke up. They know that they have all of their abilities yet again. Miracle caught a big jump. This could be their moment as well. They follow through already there. The big Earth Splitter comes through as well. GH super low. They need to find another. Can they get another? Kuro caught again. X Torrent. The combination comes out. And this is all without Black Hole.
That ward into the ancient camp.
What?
Well done to spot for the Torrent. Typically a place you expect there to be a sentry, but there was nothing covering it, so they didn't see it from Liquid. DuBu makes the play, and well, we're there. I mean, this is just like when iceiceice died. Fnatic look a little stunned. They're kind of running around in circles like, okay, what do we do? Where do we push? Where are we going here, guys?
Roche respawning again in 2 seconds. I mean, they're going to see it, and they're going to go for it. There's no gyrocopter for 35 seconds. iceiceice runs into mind control, going to try and get a little bit testy with them here. See what he can possibly do, but back and forth the pendulum swings.
I think he's gonna lose out on both those bounty runes.
Yeah.
Well, they know the Roche is up. I believe DuBu was in there like seconds before it spawned.
But yeah, that ward you're talking about.
DuBu just kind of chilling the tree line and playing that one down to set things up nice and easy for the team.
It's just so much damage so quickly. That's part of the reason why these BKBs are so valuable, but also they're not immortality. You need to be able to not be stunned to make it work at the beginning.
So they've now brought the top lane and the mid lane right to the sides of this plateau. They put some wards up that they know are going to get dewarded, right? You got an Observer and a Sentry up on the pillar here for Fnatic, but they're trying to find some good fight here. Miracle just runs in.
Abed's there. DJ ready to jump as well if they want to. Need to be careful though because iceiceice is not with them. He's TPing over right now as they already go in. Jabz in super deep up against mind control. He needs to be careful when his BKB wears off, but it looks like Liquid just want to back out. Kuro caught and going to be killed.
Great play there from Jabz. Man, Jabz has just been playing solo in these team fights, and it is working.
Yeah,
he's really abusing his BKB. He's kind of reading, like, if Miracle's on the other side, I'm just going to try and go mess with the back line. And not the typical, like, position one stuff you expect, because that's not really what this Slash Rack is doing for them. He's fourth on the net worth right now. Yeah. You know, you got to give some special permissions over to DJ.
It definitely feels like DJ is the real carry in this game. And needs to be the one to hit those big black holes. And even just the threat of it right there, you can see that Liquid not willing to clump up together to try and take the fight. Always just giving up one kill instead of forcing a really bad engagement.
Well, they'll continue to keep these lanes in good stature for themselves here. Miracle forced to drop the call down. Try and send them back. We very aggressively split pushing on the side lanes, but you know, we talked a lot about BKB piercing and everything for the side of Liquid, but Fnatic, they would require the black hole to really deal with this if he wants a BKB TP, or perhaps a split earth, I suppose, as well. Sorry, not split earth, the earth splitter.
You know, as soon as I saw those, I know, mess those up at some point.
Yeah, you knew that was going to happen. You know, split earth, if that was BKB piercing, now that would be good.
That's the buff he needs, right? Leshrac needs more buffs.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be so balanced.
Uh-oh. Mind control again, moves forward. The big watermelon, daring somebody to go at him. Miracle coming in afterwards. Line intercept. Iceiceice also up front and center, now facing off against the gyrocopter. Everybody waiting for their moment. A Hex is out as well. Does mind control decide to jump? Jabz just runs at him.
They're not
left up.
They're so split.
They need to be careful though, because there's only one or two ways down from this high ground, and Miracle now, the back line's dropping down very low, pops the BKB, good way to force it out. Weha able to find the Reaper sight to turn this one back around. He's a black hole, it's on to nothing! He didn't hit anything! They've got the refresher, but does he have the mana to go back in? He does with their regen rune as well.
Yeah, he's got Arcane.
Look at this, they're running in all over them. The shackles are there as well. DJ wanting to find a black hole, but look at Liquid. They're beautifully split up with DJ. It's just gonna fall apart. The Ravage comes down afterwards. Liquid running through Fnatic.
Weha spaced himself away there too, and DJ felt the pressure to go on to him. There wasn't a sight, but he turned for it anyway. And Liquid, that whole team fight, Liquid are so far apart. They sent Miracle up there. The only reason he was forced to BKB is because of that Spirit Vessel. Yeah, right? He's trying to like stay alive and keep the damage going, but absolutely masterfully done there from Liquid, and that's why they're one of the best teams, because they look at their opponents and they say, how do we lose this fight? What are these guys trying to do? And you know they're fishing for that black hole, so you just don't give it to them.
Hide away, stay to the side. Doesn't matter if the fight looks weird. You have the sustain on this Liquid team.
I mean, there were moments where they start coming together a little bit, and you could see someone's making this call like, split, split, and they're just running in like random directions in the team fight. That doesn't look like the optimal play, but they understand it's the only way for Fnatic.
And you look at these guys, Liquid, cool as a cucumber, just gonna run forward brazenly and say, deal with me, Fnatic. Right now, they don't have the answers. Kunkka's still dead for 17 seconds. And Timbersaw, he's out of action for a minute. So the tier 3 tower gone. Now looking for the set of racks. And DJ saying, one last ride. Let's see if we can go in there and deal with it.
Oh, Liquid's here. The tide has come in.
25 seconds until Black Hole is up. They have the sleep gyrocopter not stopped and hitting the towers because of the Aghanim Scepter. And the building's going. Tier 4 towers, they forced the glyph. Fnatic.
Knock, hello.
They need to have an answer. And still a couple of seconds.
Home?
10 seconds until Black Hole. They need to hold on. The Stomp comes out another round. They're losing everything right now, DJ. Hiding back away again, seeing if he can find a good angle, but it needs to be Liquid to give it to him, and it's not looking like it's going to happen. Miracle making particle effects fly all over the freaking world as he's going to get caught out there. Black Hole on it too. Is it actually enough? Is it No, they interrupted, but they were able to take down the Aegis at the very least. It doesn't look like it's quite going to be there. The stall comes out. It wasn't able to time it perfectly. Abed trying desperately to hold on to these racks. They're dropping meteors down from the sky, but DuBu not able to get the stomp off. They jump in another round. iceiceice trying desperately to hold on. A triple kill. DJ, can he find his moment? They need to hold on. He just scored the black goal, but he didn't get Miracle. Miracle trying to close out this game. Can they take him down in time? No. The ancient. And with that.